Well, that was Iowa basketball in that second half, folks. Did not look anything like the first. Iowa men's basketball defeating the Washington Huskies by a final count of 84-74. I'm Cory Brada here from the Hawkeye of the Storm. Thursday morning. It is officially Thursday morning, and we are talking about a quad one victory for your Iowa Hawkeye men. Pleased to be joined by a familiar Schneider. That's going to be your middle name, middle nickname, whatever, Tony.
What was you cut out there for a second. What's my middle name?
You're Tony, Iowa men's basketball Schneider.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, you're a junkie. So, hey, he's filling in kind of impromptu for Gary Close. We all know Gary can't make it past like 9. So it's midnight here in central Iowa. Tony, thank you for being here. Quad one victory for your men tonight. How about that?
Quad 1B, but not quite the elite.
Quad one victory. Stop.
Yeah, quad one. Yeah, quad one victory. Quad one road win. This is their third road win. Which that's road win, yeah. Yeah. So you got 2 of those with Indiana as well.
An athletic, long, physical Washington team that really tested Iowa in that first half. So we are here to talk about it at least over the next 30 to 45 minutes. We'll see what the crowd is like this evening. It looks like we got about 150 people watching on YouTube, so that's great. I mean, we got people watching on Twitter as well, so that's phenomenal. Folks, if you want to call the show, there's a couple ways you can do that. One being StreamYard. I left the link in the description, but also I'll throw it up in the live chat. StreamYard is free. It's an easy platform to use. Just sign in with Google or Facebook. All your information is kept to you in StreamYard, and you're able to talk with us either by video or by audio only. Again, the link is in the description, and I'll throw it up in the live chat here in just a second. You can also call our 515 number. Our phone line is 515-635-1601. 515-635-1601. It's 12:08 Central Time here on Thursday, February 5th. Iowa finishing off the third game in the Big Ten Network's triple header, which has become a normal thing on a Wednesday. And Iowa overcame a half in the first half where they gave up, what was it, 70? What was it? What was the
77%.
77% shooting for Washington. Holy cow. That is an insane number, Tony. For them to only be down, what was it, 7 at the half?
Yeah, 42, 40, or 41, 48 or something
I
like
think it was
that. 41,
41.
Yeah, 40. Yeah, because they called off. So it's supposed to be 50 if that basket counted.
Are your kids in bed right now? You're talking really quietly.
Yeah, I was going to go close my door, so give me 1 second. Yeah.
Legitimately, his kids are in bed. So,
yeah.
All right.
That's why I have the ear like this, because I got the baby monitor. So yeah, give me 1 second.
That's totally fine. Lemansky, thank you for the super shout. He says, shout out to Tony the Tiger. We appreciate that, Lemansky. Appreciate your support, even though it's late. I'm sure a lot of people are heading to bed right after the game. I'm sure a lot of people have the game TiVo'd or DVR'd, and we'll watch it on Thursday. But this is a huge win for the men. And this, to me, the second half just totally encompassed what Iowa men's basketball is this year as opposed to last year or the year before. And that is being able to respond to an underperforming first half, especially on the defensive end, and just totally flipping the script in the second half. And they were a totally different team on that end. Again, giving 48 points up in that first period. And then in the second half, Iowa giving up just 26 points in the second half. So total 180, and Iowa earning itself a quad 1 victory out in Seattle. William Freeman has gifted a From the Hawkeye of the Storm membership, so we appreciate that, William. And he's also in our Discord. So, folks, if you want to join the Discord, easy opportunity here to promote the Discord a little bit. Constant conversation, including during the game with myself, people like Tony, Kyle Spence, Cash Money Alexander's over in the Discord as well. We got our guy Keegan Jensen, who does Iowa wrestling coverage here on the YouTube channel. So check it out. $5 a month, $50 for a year. You can join the Discord platform. Just simply donate via Snapchat, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Maybe we should add Snapchat as well. But Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and then label your donation Discord. William, appreciate you doing that and helping the platform. All right, folks. Again, final score 84-74. Our phone line is now open. And I see we got here Doug already logged in. So let's add in Doug right off the bat. Doug, I know it's late. I know you want to probably get to bed as well, but thank you for being here. You got to be a happy camper tonight.
Yeah, so it was worth staying up for. And, 5 hours sleep, 6 hours sleep don't really make that much difference. It really doesn't. I'll take a nap probably. People don't realize when you turn 40, you're just different. Some people asking questions in the Discord. I'm like, I'm just getting older. I mean, I need my rest. I used to be a marathon runner back in the day, and a half marathon runner, and hopefully, but that was worth staying up for. That first half was not Ben McCollum basketball. That was not the same team
I've been
watching all year.
Yeah, I agree.
They shot 77%, but the other thing was he's talked about pace. They seem to be rushed, and they just didn't seem to be themselves. And I think he just told them probably at halftime to be themselves. And I'm very happy. I've been getting more and more impressed with Bennett as the season goes on. He's becoming. I wasn't sure if he was all Big Ten, first team, second team, third team. They're learning their roles. We're seeing different guys step up. I thought Tate had some huge baskets. Everyone knows how much I like Tate, and I thought Cooper stepping up because I was worried about him. Banks. Again, I think it was just a relief for him that he didn't have to make a decision after all the talk. 17-5 is as good a start as I could have wanted. They were 2-4, and we were questioning what direction they were going to go in, and they might win 7 straight. The next two, like a couple people already said in the live chat, those are not that good teams. They're at the bottom of the Big Ten, and there definitely is breaks in the Big Ten. Like, just the bottom doesn't seem to be all that good.
The bottom sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, when you have 18 teams in a league, there's going to be teams that suck, right? But now here's the other thing about the men. Like, I watched Minnesota earlier tonight beat Michigan State, and we've seen Michigan State struggle against some teams near the bottom, like Rutgers. They went on the road and barely beat the Scarlet Knights here a couple of weeks ago. We've also seen Minnesota nearly knock off Ohio State. We saw Minnesota test.
We won tonight. Minnesota won tonight.
Yeah, no, he's saying that. But Minnesota almost beat Wisconsin, too.
Wisconsin, yeah, they were up big in Wisconsin. Should have won that game. So, like, I will say this, Doug. Like, there's teams at the bottom that don't have great records that are probably not very good. But there's a good enough athletes on those teams, like a Minnesota, that they can get up and beat you. And that's what happened to Iowa up in Minneapolis. This was happened to Michigan State up in Minneapolis tonight. So you're right. There's going to be teams that don't make the Big Ten tournament because their record's not good enough. But yeah, the
Cory,
league is really.
I hate to live correct you, but everyone makes the Big Ten tournament this year.
They changed the rules.
Yeah.
No,
that was a 1 year thing.
That I see. Nope, you're filling me in on stuff. I have no idea.
They changed that. That was a 1 year thing.
We'll get to see misinformation, fake news. It's fake news. I had no idea what you just said. Well, everybody makes the Big Ten tournament. Okay,
yep.
Great.
It didn't make sense. 15 out of 18 anyway. I was like, where do they come out with that? But
why do we need all 18? Can I ask
we
that?
Don't.
I don't know.
Why do we need all
15?
Well, the only reason I can say that we need all 18 is because college basketball is unique, where everyone gets in their conference tournament. That was the only conference.
Well, we've never had 18-team leagues.
Oh, I know. I agree. I'm just telling you that's why everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with you. Not everyone should be in it, but that's what makes college basketball unique is everyone does have a chance to make the big dance and win the national title.
I'm going to ask two questions to both of you before I leave. We have three. I'm going to go to the Michigan game. I don't know if, Tony, you said you were going or not.
I already have tickets. Yep.
We were going to go to the Michigan game. Not to make it to this weekend. I have something on Sunday. Sunday's a hard day for me to make it down. But out of Purdue, Nebraska, and Michigan at home, now we don't really have to win all three. What do you think our record is at home against those those tough quad one teams going forward?
Give me those three. Give me those three games again.
Well, there are three. Well, there's 5 home games still left, but I'm counting the 3 big ones: Purdue, Nebraska, and Michigan. What do we go 2-1?
Oh man! Holy!
I say 2-1.
So
I say 2.
I'll be there in the crowd, not as a media person. I'll be there in the crowd for the Purdue game.
Okay.
1-2.
Okay.
I say 2-1. I think Nebraska is a guarantee. I think we match up very well with Nebraska. They look really good, but I still think we match up very well.
Do you think they win more than one of those games?
Yeah.
Tony, you think they win 2 of them?
I think they win Nebraska for sure, and they either win one of the Purdue or Michigan. I mean, Michigan senior night for Bennett and Purdue, that's already a sold out game. It's Saturday.
I don't know why you bring up senior night. What is that? What difference does that make? We've seen Iowa teams absolutely flop on senior.
It's just Bennett. I'm saying it's Bennett's senior night.
Okay.
Well,
that's
1 year.
That's an idea living in your imagination that all of a sudden, just because it's Bennett Sturts, that they're going to show up on senior night. Maybe they will. But I've seen Iowa teams with really good seniors not show up on senior night.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, I guess I have 2 questions, and I don't know how much you guys are watching Price, and I don't know how people even feel I bring him up, but there's some talk that he's first team All Big Ten this year, and does that surprise any of you? Is it something we cheer for? We cheer again? I don't really care, but again, he's having an amazing season at Nebraska.
I listen, I'm not going to sit here and argue whether he should be first team All Big Ten. That sounds crazy to me, but I haven't watched enough. I've watched Nebraska when it's been convenient to me. Based on what I've known, what I've seen, he still doesn't play defense. So to me, I can't make a guy like that first team. There's in my mind, there's too many good players in this league to make a guy that doesn't play on the defensive end.
Yeah.
A first team All Big Ten guy. But again, haven't watched him much. If that's the case, I mean, obviously he's had a phenomenal season. To your point, Doug. If that's the case, all I can say is, man, I wish Iowa could have retained him.
Yeah.
And there's an obvious reason why Ben McCollum. Isn't it interesting now we look back, guys, and see who Ben targeted from the previous Iowa roster? He targeted Josh Dix, he targeted Price Sanford, and he targeted Cooper Koch. Right?
Yep.
Those are the 3 guys.
Those 3 he's publicly announced that he wanted.
Yeah, he wasn't going after Freeman. He wasn't going after Harding.
Good.
He didn't care, right? And and I think Freeman had his check signed with Creighton probably midseason, but I'm just saying, like, in general, we can there's a method with what Ben McCollum does. That should inspire confidence in Iowa fans. That those were the Iowa guys he wanted to retain, and it would have been great to get either Dix or Peyton, or for not Peyton, Price. But I'm happy for Price. It's unfortunate that he decided to leave from a selfish standpoint.
The question's probably Tony would know this probably better than. Do they, when they look at the resume, do it matter when the team beat a team? They just look at if we would, because we're at 17 wins right now, which is really good. And then I guess my question would be, is 10-10 a mark? Is there a mark? I mean, how confident? Somebody said that was 90%. I don't know. I don't buy any bracketology right now because I've seen Iowa and the fan fade. But is there a mark that we have to hit? Is there 10-10, more than 10 wins, 20 wins?
It's hard to say that, and the reason being is you don't know how many bid stealers there are going to be in power conference tournaments. Like, if somebody besides one of the big three in the Big East wins, that's going to take away a bid. If somebody that wins in a conference that
back or A10,
or something like that, so you can't really put a number on that. Also, to answer the first part of your question, it does not matter when you beat a team, whether it's the first game of the year, the last game of the year. Every result's viewed differently, unless there was major injuries. Like, I'm talking major injuries that would impact it. They're not going to look at Tavian Banks only played 11 minutes versus Oregon, and if we lost that game, they wouldn't be like, oh, let's look at that. No, that's not big enough that they're going to look at that. It's got to be major injuries.
Now, I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and this is kind of off the topic. We should probably, and it's late at night, but I think we were gypped out of you were down in Des Moines with me. That was supposed to be St. Louis, and everyone's talking about how nobody played St. Louis, and I looked at their thing, and they're, 20-1 or something. Man, that would have been
what does that mean? They were gypped. They decided mutually not to play that game.
I would have liked to have seen the game. You might it's better than 61 win the Buck now.
You might see it in the tournament.
Yeah.
Is it possible that I'm sorry. Is it possible that St. Louis is like an 11 seed and Iowa's a 6?
St. Louis is going to be like a 7 or 8 seed.
Okay.
Yeah. They're good.
Fine.
St. Louis's only loss is on a freak 4-point play.
Yes.
Where they were up 3, fouled the 3-point shooter. He made it.
They play in the A10.
But they only have one loss.
I'm just saying, if they lose a game or two down the stretch,
then
to a 10 or 11 as
but if they keep the pace they're at right now, they will be a 7 or 8 seed.
Again, I don't want to make it all about bracketology, but again, and Tony's there, so I'm gonna ask Tony a couple questions. Sorry, Cory, but Miami, Ohio, and St. Louis are going to be in the tournament, even if they don't win their conference tournament. Or is that
not necessarily?
Miami, Ohio has beaten nobody.
Yeah,
St. Louis is not be in the top 25.
Correct.
If they lose 1 or 2 games, they're on the bubble.
So having 26, 27 wins doesn't matter, basically. Okay,
it's who you beat,
because you didn't beat anybody.
Yeah.
All right. Again, I hope we're in the NCAA, and right now with 17 wins, I feel very confident. Another thing I'm pointing out is we swept the Pac-12 schools, which I don't know if this was a good deal for them coming over here into the Big Ten country, but I'm very happy right now. 17 wins. I actually have enough energy. I probably could stay up, but I don't know if you have other people. It only says 3 on the.
We don't have anybody in the queue right now, Doug. So you're fine. We do have somebody. Let's go ahead and take our phone caller. We got somebody on the phone line. Thank you for calling Iowa Postgame here from the Hawkeye of the Storm. Who's on the line?
Good evening, gentlemen. This is John.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hi, Tony. If Price Sanford comes into Carver and gets resoundingly booed, does that motivate him more than it would?
Real quick, he should get resoundingly booed, in my opinion. There's no, to me, the guy didn't have a 4-year career here and then graduate and decide to leave. He left after, 2 years, guys? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So no, he should get resoundingly booed. The only variable here is his brother was a 4-year guy, right? That's the only variable. But in general, what happened was he was here 2 years, left for a rival Big Ten school, and now is coming back in. He has no, in my opinion, from a sports standpoint, he has no, there's no obligation from Iowa fans to not boo him. Now, as far as how he should react to it, I have no idea. I have a lot of respect for him as a baller. Like, obviously, he's turned into one of the really good players in this league. I still don't think he plays defense based on what I've heard. I'll leave that up to you, Tony. What do you think Price Sanford will do if he gets booed?
I will be at that game. I will be in the same seats that I was for the home opener, which was against Robert Morris, which is literally right next to the student section.
So will you boo him?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what a crowd person should do. But I mean, I'm going to try to get there as soon as the gates open because I want to see what it's like at warm-ups. It should start from warm-ups. Like they should be there. That that little 200-seat general or what, I don't know, what do you want to call it, the little the thing that the students have behind the basket.
You know what's funny about all this is that if Creighton played Iowa fans would boo Josh Dix and Owen Freeman, even though Owen Freeman was never being recruited by Ben McCollum. That's what's funny about this. Like, there's reason to boo Price Sanford. He picked Nebraska over Iowa. There should be no guilt from Iowa fans booing Price Sanford just because he used to wear a Hawkeye jersey. He chose to leave when he had an opportunity to play for this Iowa team. But like Owen Freeman, if he came back into town, I don't think Ben had any interest in retaining him, but they would still boo him.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, John. If they boo him, which I believe they have every right to and will, I don't know, because he doesn't, like I said, to me, he's not the type of guy that can lock in defensively and like, if he's having a bad shooting night on the road, he's just having a bad shooting night on the road. Without looking back at the stats, that's why I was so surprised, Tony, when you were talking about him as a potential first-team All-Big Ten guy. I'm like, man, there aren't 5 or 6.
I'm seeing him second and third. I haven't seen him quite for. I mean, he's in second and third team conversations. But I mean, when you're in second and third team conversations,
yeah,
you get hot. You get hot for a month.
I'll be shocked.
But I agree with you. I'll be shocked. But he is in second and third team conversations for sure. I mean, go ahead.
No, I put you were talking about Carver on the Discord. You were talking about Carver renovations, and I said I'd rather just give the money to the NIL and get better players. And you said if it was only that easy, please explain that.
Where we should put our money, Tony?
We should put our money in NIL, but I think so. But
John's saying that he would put it with the collective. I wouldn't.
He's saying what? I'm sorry.
He's saying he would throw money at the collective as opposed to throwing money at the renovation. I think his point there was that the university can't throw money at the collective. Technically,
correct. They can only throw. Well, they can only throw 20.5. What is that number? 20.5 million or something like that. The revenue share number.
Well, that's not NIL though. We're talking about the collective.
Well, yeah.
So if we're talking about NIL, fans, from a fan's perspective, they can either donate to iClub or they can or should the what do they call that? The Swarm.
But I don't think they do that. Oh, it's called flight funds. Flight funds.
There you go.
Yeah, flight. They can either donate to the flight or they can donate to the Swarm. I'm not going to tell people where they should donate because that's their decision. But from a university standpoint, Carver is still a problem. I mean, they still got to figure out Carver. That's a big problem.
Yes.
If the money's there to fix Carver, John, without question. That's where money needs to go from an Iowa standpoint.
It doesn't bother me that bad.
It's not bad. It's just a 43-year-old arena that doesn't have some of the amenities that some of the newer arenas have. I mean, some of the artist renderings that we've seen in the Discord that some of the people have shared look really nice. It's just there's some things that need to be updated, and they built the practice facility about, I think, 15 years ago. But we got to keep up with the other teams in the Big Ten Chrysler's been renovated not too long ago. I think Illinois has been renovated.
Look, hey, real quick, Doug, let's just call a spade. Carver sucks. I mean, Carver sucks.
Yes.
Compared to some of the best arenas in this league. I mean, I live in Ames. You live not far.
Yeah.
The difference between Carver and Hilton, John, is apples and oranges. So, and I love Iowa, right? I love Iowa basketball. I love when Carver's rocking. But there's a lot you can do to better facilities to create a better home field advantage, and that's home court advantage. And to me, that's got to be priority number one.
One thing again, I hate when I try to do like trivia because a lot of people don't like that, but we've never won a Big Ten regular season championship in men's basketball since they built Carver, and it's 43 years. That's I talked to a 70-year-old lady when I was at the USC game. She said she enjoyed going to the field house more than going to Carver. And it doesn't have the same charm. I don't know what they can do. I would like to see renovations to Carver. I don't know what those could be. I wouldn't think there's all that many limitations because it is a bowl. I imagine you can do something to make it louder. I don't know, but I'm going to get going. I really appreciate it. So.
See, Doug is uncomfortable trying to, he's actually, we were putting Doug in a very uncomfortable position there, Tony.
Well, and I'll say this because I will say something uncomfortable because I've said it in the Discord too. They need to do something with the sweetheart deal of the people who got the donor seats right as soon as Carver opened. I told you I met you at Wells Fargo.
Yep.
And I said, the people behind me literally were talking, I hope we don't have people stand in front of us the whole game.
That's what it's like at Carver.
Yeah.
I hear that all the time.
I've had it happen,
Doug,
yeah.
Or Tony, I've had it happen to me.
Yeah. It's a mindset.
I've had it happen to me.
I don't get the mindset. I really don't get it. And I'm not saying that's what all of them are. Okay. I get it. Yes. And I understand. We've talked about that VMS and the discard. They paid for Carver. I get it. I under 100% and I appreciate that. But we need to get some type of home court edge. Look how far away we posted pictures. Look how far away the students and the crowd is from the court. You go to some of these. I mean, look at the court. Look at Washington. Look how small that was, but look how on top of it felt like.
Yeah, and that environment wasn't that good.
No.
But if you get people who are engaged and you get a student, that's a Washington team that's barely over 500 on the season.
Yeah.
And Iowa's well over 500 in the season, over 500 in the league now. They're 7-4 in the league. So no, 100%. I mean, having the students in the bleacher seats right behind the basket has helped.
Yes.
But it's a marginal help.
Yeah.
It's a marginal advantage. So, John, long story short, you put your money wherever you want to put it. I'm not going to sit here and dictate where people should bet their money for Iowa. Does the NIL collective need support? Sure. Does facilities need support? Yes. A lot of that will be resolved by winning. And, there was a time when Carver rocked without a middle mezzanine and without fans, students right on top of the benches. There was that time, but it just, you're looking for any advantage you can get nowadays because there's so many things working against in-person attendance.
Well, I'll take this for what it's worth, but Brad said that the facilities aren't so much anymore as to what you can give them dollar-wise. So if you could get people to give to the Swarm and they were giving players $5 million a piece and they were competing for national championships, would the facilities make that big a difference?
Well, I would argue the facilities help them compete for national titles. I don't think at Iowa you're ever going to compete for national titles without a strong home court advantage. I think if you're going to compete for a national title at Iowa, you have to have every advantage. You have to have strong NIL support. You have to have strong facilities. You have to have really good revenue sharing, which they have in the league, right? The Big Ten, they have that already, so that's positive. I just think Iowa's not a program where you're just going to win because you're Iowa. It's not Michigan football. Like the Big House is overrated, but they're still going to win national titles because they're Michigan. Iowa doesn't have that luxury. So to me, you have to have a really good home court advantage. I'm trying to think of a like school that has been a national contender. Houston, maybe? I know I've never been to a Houston game, right? Like Kelvin Sampson's a legend. I've never been to a Houston home.
You know what's so funny? You say that. I'm scrolling through Twitter tonight, and Calvin Sampson is saying Houston is poor. Like they don't. He's saying that he doesn't think they're going to have enough money to keep up with the spending in the NIL.
Well, that may be. That may be.
So it's just funny we're having this conversation. And
I'm more so talking. My guess is they have a really good home court. That's
yes.
what I was bringing that up for. I just don't know that I don't know that Iowa can compete on that level, John, unless you have a really good home court advantage, unless you have a really good support from your student body. I don't know what's fueling. You have to have an edge somewhere, and I don't know where that edge comes from other than just, we have a great, really expert head coach. I don't know. We'll see. I think there's going to need to be some facilities upgrades. If you're going to, this Iowa program as it stands, they could be a perennial Sweet 16 team, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking about taking the step to the next level from an elite competitive standpoint, where you're competing for Elite Eights, Final Fours every year, I think you need every advantage you can get if you're Iowa. I know that oversimplifies things a little bit, John, but that's kind of how I view this.
Well, personally, I think winning takes care of a lot, like you said.
But I just don't know how are you going to win that much? That's what I'm saying. I don't know that you can win that much. Like, having a strong home court in this league is big. I don't know how Iowa is going to win that much if they don't have a strong home court. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I agree with you. If they're winning, if they're going 16-4 in the league year after year, yeah. But I just don't know how you do that with as deep as this league is unless you have a really dominant home court, and they don't have that right now.
Well, I'll tell you personally, I just think it comes down to Ben and his philosophies and players wanting to come here and play for him, and that starts to bring the success. I could be way out in left field on that.
I think you're right on that. I just think to like I said, there's a big difference between being a team that goes 12-8 and 13-7 every year to being a team that goes 16-4, 17-3. And I think those are the types of small advantages you have to find, home court, etc. Good coaching is going to take you so far, but you still need talent. You still need everything else. And yes, more talented guys are going to want to play for Ben as they see the results, like what we saw tonight. Yes, that helps. But maybe he'll prove me totally wrong. Like maybe they don't need to have a better facility to be that type of a dominant program, right? I mean, Tony, if they go make an Elite Eight this year, then I'll just throw my hat aside and say I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like he may just prove me wrong, and he's just that good of a coach. And if you're that good of a coach, he's going to recruit great talent and whatever. But I got to see it before. Like Indiana football, right? That's a total anomaly. We know that. It's very hard to. We haven't seen in the modern era anything like what Curt Cignetti has done at Bloomington. If Ben McCollum can do that at Iowa, fine, great, love it. But I got to see it before I believe it.
Tony, I appreciate your analytics. You're teaching me things.
No problem. I learned from people. I say that in my job too. I've done the casino for how many years? Like you learn from people, and you need to pass on what you learn to other people.
What do you guys think of that? They're just showing that here on the Big Ten Network that Fierce in the Minnesota game.
Gee, did you see that?
You talking about the leg between the crotch? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, here's what I'll say. I think if he made contact, I don't think he made contact, right?
It was
No, listen.
Yeah.
I don't believe he made contact.
No.
Had he made legitimate contact, Jeremy Fears made legitimate contact on a Minnesota defender, I think he would have been tossed. And I think he should have been tossed. So he better be very happy he didn't make contact with the no-no squares, because that would have been a quick ejection in my mind. And it would have been totally fair.
This isn't, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, this isn't his first time doing such a thing.
Well, he did something later in
the game. And he did something in the Michigan game too, where he tried to trip one of their players. Like, there's video footage. This isn't just who was it? Who was the Wisconsin Davidson? Brad Davidson, who do the
Brad Davidson, please. I said his name in 4
years. You know what I'm talking about.
You reminded of it at 12:40 a.m. on a Thursday. So
where he fights through the screens and does the little tap, and stuff like that.
Brad Davidson was worse than Aaron Kraft. And Aaron Kraft was
same thing. So same type of thing. You know what I'm talking about. But that's
absolutely.
That's the type of stuff that people have found Fears doing in multiple games. This is not just an isolated Grayson Allen. There's another one too.
Grayson Allen's a great NBA player. That's what's crazy about that.
Yeah. So I mean, this is not an isolated incident at all for Fears. Yep. And Izzo said he might not start next game.
Oh, he did make that comment?
Yeah. Izzo said that.
So Izzo was upset with that play?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't hear anything of the post game, but that's interesting.
Well, you watched it live and Izzo wasn't fighting it.
Well, it was obvious that
I know.
It's not a natural move. Nobody sticks their leg up through a guy's.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it was an obvious.
It's 12:45 at night, Corey. Come on, we're all.
I
I'm giving.
Anyways, John, anything else?
No, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, sir.
Have a good one, John.
Good stuff from John. Again, Lansky, thank you so much for the super chat, and big shout out to OG Nickism. I don't know how to say this, so I'm not going to try. But thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. It does help, especially late at night. Somebody made the comment that, hey, I could be asleep. I could be. This was Brock. Says, hit the like button, y'all. Yes, please hit that like button, folks, if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the show after the fact, I'm sure there's a lot of people who will listen on audio, Spotify, Amazon, Apple. Please give this show a 5-star rating. It does help. Please hit the like button on YouTube and give us a 5-star review. VMS reminds us we're at 1 a.m. Universal Kashin time. We're actually closer to 2 a.m. now, Kashin Alexander time. And we will have Kashin Alexander tomorrow night for Iowa women's basketball following their game against Minnesota.
That's a big one for them.
Another big one for the Hawkeye women. Absolutely trying to get off that 2-game losing streak. Mork547 gifted a membership as well. Thank you so much, Mork547. Thank you for gifting that. And if you're interested in joining our YouTube premium board, you can do that as well by clicking the join button after subscribing here on YouTube.
I see Iowa went up from 19 to 15 in Ken Palm. Their offense jumped from 30 to 20.
That's a big jump.
Yeah. Defense went from 18 to 21, so it dropped a little. Yeah. But when you're in the top 20, it's so.
They gave up 70. Yeah. They gave up like 76% from the field in the first half.
But 15 is their highest Ken Palm ranking since starting 5-0 in 2022 and 23, and it peaked at 14. This is Chad Leistikow tweeted that out, so I'll give him credit.
Am I right in saying there were people that said that Iowa shouldn't have let Fran go last year? Am I right in saying that? There were people that made that argument?
I did until the Oregon game. I will say that.
You did that until the Oregon? Wait a minute. Hold on.
This is why.
Wait.
I was.
Tony.
I was. Go ahead.
You were on that kick until 3 days ago?
No, the Oregon game last year. The home game against Oregon.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the game 3 days ago.
No. No, and the reason why is because that's when I moved back to the state of Iowa, and I had not been to a game at Carver. I'd heard the apathy, but I did not realize how bad the apathy was until I went to Carver that night. And I was like, yeah, it's over. Like, it's over. I don't care.
By the way, Michael Mulkin, like, I get what you're saying. He says, I don't think Price would have played. Ben only plays guys that look. If Price is a potential first or second team All Big Ten guy, you realize you're saying you don't think that player would play at Iowa. He would start at Iowa.
I think what he's trying to, and I don't want to speak for him, I think something might be missing in that. Because I think he's saying that Price is similar to Housen. There you go. Price be riding the bench because they're both sharpshooters.
Price is 6'8". Hazen is 6'3"
or 4. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. And by the way, Price would be a better defender if he was being coached in Iowa.
And because of his length. He has a lot more length than Hazen.
But I'm just saying he would be a better defender. Hazen, here's the deal with Hazen. Like, Hazen's playing now, which I was upset. I was kind of frustrated he didn't play in the second half. I don't know what the evaluation was at halftime of Brendan Hazen. But it's great to see Hazen playing now finally. Mm-hmm. But if Price were at Iowa, yes, with his length, with a year in the system of Ben McCollum, plus he has 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. He would be playing a lot, and he would be helping Iowa a lot. I understand why he's not playing. I get it. But, no, Price Sanford would be playing a lot. All right, let's go to I want to make sure we give a special shout out to
player of the game.
Yeah, our player of the game has been. It starts with 22 and 5, 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. And Tony, I'll say this: first half, I thought it was going to be Fulgaris. Fulgaris was phenomenal in that first half, and and I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. You heard me say it to Gary the other day. For this Iowa team to take the next step and be a second weekend team, to me, they need a guy like Fulgaris has to step up. Hey, Tavion's the second best player on the team. I'm fine with that. But they need a third guy to establish themselves. No, I'm not talking about a Cooper Koch who shows up once every couple of weeks. I'm not talking about Isaiah Howard, who's really good on the defensive end. I'm talking about a guy like Fulgaris, who night in and night out gives you double digits on the offensive end, who's long, who attacks, who's a threat from 3. And that's what he was in the first half. But Bennett Sturz just down the stretch, really, really solid, so efficient. 8 of 13, 4 of 8 from 3, and 5 assists. He's our player of the game. And how about Big Grove's big play of the day? Cooper Koch's 3 over Steinbach to make it a 10-point lead with 4:22 in the second. And by the way, special shout out because I had the 4-point play by Tavion Banks early in the second as the other play of the game.
That's where I thought you were going to go, but
I
agree with this.
It was a huge play by Tavion to get the 3, make the free throw early in the second. But boy, down the stretch, Washington's fighting to make that 3 late in the shot clock over Steinbach, who had really dominated this game on the glass on the offensive end. What a huge play by Cooper Koch. So could have went either way, Banks or Koch. We'll go with Koch's 3-point field goal over Steinbach with 4:22 left in the second half as Big Grove's big play of the day.
And it's that play for I'll say there's many layers to the onion for that. Number one, Koch has seemed very hesitant and not confident. He shot that first. Think about this. His first shot on the road tonight was an air ball. And the student section was over an air ball.
It was a good look.
It was a good look. It was. And to have that much confidence from to keep shooting, and that play that you talked about, that was the play of the game. He had an initial look 4 seconds earlier that he should have shot, and he dilly-dallied around till the end of the shot clock and took it right at the end of the shot clock. So, I mean, that's going to be huge for his confidence as well. Like, just shoot the ball.
Yeah, he's a guy who could easily be at least number 4, from a scoring perspective for this team. And he's a freshman. I mean, he's a redshirt freshman. We forget that. It feels like he's been at Iowa a long time. This is his second year, and he didn't even play that much last year.
No.
So, it is.
It's a whole new system.
Yeah. and he's got a lot of time left in it. So
he does, and that just shows how much Ben loves him. That he trusts. I mean, what Cooper Koch played 31 minutes and 34 seconds tonight.
Yeah, 32 minutes basically.
And he actually did a pretty good job on Steinbach. I don't know how you say his first name, but he fought down low in the post with them. He played pretty good defense. Koch did.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, considering the disadvantage he had size-wise, he held his own.
All right. Wet Chart 1. Okay, I don't even know why I said the username. Have we considered the fact that maybe Ben didn't want him?
Yes. No, yes, we did. And it's no, because he did want him. He publicly said on record.
No, he absolutely wanted Price Sanders.
Yeah.
So
he said it on record. You can rewind and watch the opening press conference.
Yes. So, let's see. I'm going to skip past a couple of comments here.
I saw Darrell MVP's back in here.
Yeah, Darrell MVP's waiting in the queue to chat with us, so we're going to get him here in a second. Vegas Hawk 1 says Fran D in the first half. Ben D in the second. Here's the deal. There's got to be a lot of frustration. I mean, I made the comment on Discord. You heard me, Tony, at halftime. Ben had to be fuming at halftime over the first half performance defensively. Give up 48 points. But what's crazy about that, I think I could speak for a lot of people, the people who understand how Ben coaches, you knew that they were going to come out in the second and look different, right? I mean, there was no way they come out in the second half and give up 45 or 43, or they give up 48 in the first. And they come out in the second half, give up 26. Yep. So I was really impressed with the response, but you just knew that was going to come from a Ben McCollum coach team.
And just to show you steadiness of Iowa, 41 in the first, 43 in the second. They didn't do anything different in the first and second half offensively. I mean, their offensive game was fine. It just – Washington hit some tough shots, but there was also some defensive lapses.
Listen, Tony, way too many shots at the rim.
Yeah.
Blow-bys, you have an alley-oop dunk. You have just way too many shots at the rim. And we hear – Coach Close talk about that all the time. Usually an easy way to determine your team's defense is how many open threes is the team making, how many shots at the rim are they making. And I mean, you're right. Washington made some contested threes in that first half, which was unlike them, but way too many shots at the rim. And I'm sure that was a focal point at halftime from Ben McCollum and company. And boy, they shored that up in the second. Very few open shots anywhere in that second half. And I credit to Isaiah Howard. I thought he was phenomenal on Zoom in that second half. That's a big concern I have for Iowa is stopping quick guards.
Mm-hmm. It's not just a one-game thing. This is a multiple game. Indiana, USC, this game. I'm sure there's another one I can't think of.
Indiana and USC is great examples, right? You have a single individual guard who has not really been that great in other games, but because they have great quickness, they straight line you to the hoop every time. And tonight that started to happen in that first half, and I thought Isaiah Howard was the answer as the game continued. So, unfortunately, I've been sick, so the last couple of Zoom press conferences I've missed with Coach McCollum. We'll get him again next Tuesday. I hope to be able to ask that question to him. But I thought they really responded. Zoom Diallo was really contained by Isaiah Howard. I thought he was the difference down the stretch of this game. Seth Gecko says students need to surround the court ideally. Yes. I understand that's the goal. I understand it totally. Jason John Cleveland, heck of a team win, go Hawks. And he's commenting from Twitter. So if you're over on Twitter, or X as they call it now, feel free to leave a comment, and your comment shows up here as well. How about this? Big Meaty Claus with the big time super chat. So thank you for that. Not much of a basketball fan, but trying my best to learn while I wait for football again. Go Hawks. And that's a great comment, Tony. I mean, shout out Big Meaty Claus 1819 or 1879. Excuse me. This guy's up at 12:45, dropping a $49 super chat, and he's not even a basketball fan.
This just shows Ben's getting that casual fan. Because this guy would be the target audience of casual fan. He's not much of a basketball fan. He's a football guy waiting for football. And Ben has this guy up at 12:53 a.m. Central Time.
Well, he may be up because of this show, Tony. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's true. He's tuning in for this show for sure.
I'm kidding, of course.
No.
Hey, we appreciate you, Big Meaty Claus. We
Yes.
appreciate you being here and for your super chat. And thank you for giving the show a chance because, hey, it's almost 1 a.m. And Tony works all night, so he doesn't care.
It's
I am
my day
not
off.
that guy, especially since getting the flu last week. I'd rather be in bed right now, but I'm happy to be here talking about an Iowa win. So,
What games are you going to real quick?
the only game I have locked in right now is Purdue.
Okay.
I may end up at Madison.
Okay.
On the road. I wanted to go to the game in Lincoln, but man, have you looked at the tickets for that game? Crazy. And obviously Nebraska's having a great year. I understand it's a rivalry game.
Try to get tickets for the Nebraska game at Iowa. They're not sold out. You can get face value tickets from University.
Well, the whole point of me wanting to go to the game was the fact it's on the road. I like
gotcha.
going on the road.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So Madison's the best opportunity as far as there are no other geographically close games left on the road for Iowa men's basketball. I think they play at Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm. At Penn State. Penn State, too.
Penn State.
Yeah, because I'm going to Nebraska, Michigan, and Ohio State.
Yeah. So all three of those games should be competitive. So
go ahead. You're getting to someone.
Let's go back to our phone line. We got Darrell MVP with us. Darrell, welcome.
Hello, how are you two gentlemen doing this evening? Or late night, I guess I should say.
This morning or whatever, yeah.
It's morning now. We're doing all right. How are you? You're calling in from Tennessee. It's like, what, 2 a.m. out there? What are you doing up?
No, Central Time. Central Time does
Kentucky.
exist.
Aren't you Kentucky or Tennessee?
I leave it ambiguous just to mess with Cory, Tony.
It's
That's
not ambiguous. You've told me before.
I know you're a fan of the Wildcats.
He's a fan of the Wildcat. He lives in Tennessee.
Okay.
That's
why he's got the orange. That's it. He's really a Vols fan. No.
Isn't Tennessee East Coast? Isn't that technically
East Coast? Split. It's split.
Okay. All right.
Right? Is that right?
Yes. There's three. Tennessee's actually divided into thirds, is what they normally do for some reason. For not in terms of time zones, but for how politicians and all that stuff's all counted as divided into thirds. It's a really weird thing they've got going on there. But I wanted to call in and tell Doug everything's going to be okay, Doug. If you're out there listening, listen. You're going to make the tournament. Iowa is going to be in the NCAA March Madness tournament. They're 15th.
Wait, real quick. Why does Doug need comforted?
Because he was talking about, well, I don't know if we're going to make the tournament. How many Big Ten wins do we need to win in order to make it? I'm like, I was feeling bad for him. Iowa at this point in the season probably has the best first-year coach in the entire sport, or the most proven, maybe outside of Texas A&M and what they're doing with Buckyball. That they're doing unbelievable work as well. You're going to win 21 games at an absolute minimum. Probably 23, 22 is more likely the realistic expectations. You're 15th in KenPom, 30 in the WAB. You're 21st in the net. At this point in the season, I was expecting you all to talk about, hey, like, we should be able to win a tournament game. Maybe go to the Sweet 16 if we're a 6 seed and pull off an upset against a 3 seed. I'm just been surprised with the direction of conversation this evening has.
It's called
everything you're bringing up was Doug.
Well,
you've taken 2 calls since I've been here, Cory. Okay.
Listen, they'll make the tournament.
I know.
There's no question they're going to make the tournament. I've never questioned that for a second here in the last couple of weeks. I think the big thing here, what we saw tonight, Darrell, was a team that didn't show up defensively in that first half, which is very unlike a Ben McCollum coach team. And the team that totally turned that around in the second half. And I think that just that speaks to what Iowa is culturally under Ben, and that is just really prideful on that end. And that's something that Iowa fans have been calling for a long time, and that will pay dividends in March.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, I will say this. I was taught something by Tony, and I had no idea that every team made the tournament. I had no idea that every team made the Big Ten tournament. I thought that was
just a one-year thing.
So, Tony, why does every team – are there teams playing Tuesday?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, 17, 16, and 18, 15 play.
Teams Tuesday. Why?
Doesn't the Big East do that too, Darrell?
I believe so, but Peacock needs some inventory, Cory. That's why.
Is it Peacock? Are they playing?
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, it's The TV schedule is actually already out.
By the way, Jarrell, what was I right about? You said I was right earlier.
Oh, about Fran McCaffrey and how they needed to fire him, and that you knew pretty early on that they needed to go, and it was a disaster, and it was basically like doom and gloom for the last 6 months, where some people were pushing back.
I went through a lot of my young adult life watching Fran McCaffrey, and I have a lot of respect for what he gave to Iowa. But you know this, Jarrell. You've dealt with it with Mark Stoops and whatnot. Like, there comes a time when it's just time, right?
Yeah, I know.
You got a lot of appreciation for what they've done and what they brought, but
I remember I was in Vegas watching the Illinois-Iowa game, and when he got ejected and thrown out, I distinctly remember thinking, this is the last time this man's ever going to coach for Iowa. I don't know how to describe it, but there's certain moments, like John Calipari when he lost to Oakland. I'm like, oh, that's the last time I'm ever going to see that man wear blue again. So it's just a feeling type thing you get. There's like an aura or a presence to where they're just all doom and gloom, and you could just tell they're lifeless in their face. They've like seen a ghost. But Tony, as the stat man and stuff, what are you expecting in terms of this team? Because I think it's very important this year to avoid the 8-9 line, which is where I was mainly projected, because the number 1 seeds in the country this year look like behemoths. And I think if Iowa wants to make any sort of run and not just get absolutely obliterated by the 1 seeds, it's very important to avoid the 8-9 game.
I agree. I think the issue with Iowa is, and you know this, but some may not, is the metrics are divided up into qualitative versus the results based versus the predictives. Right now, the predictives love Iowa, but the results have not caught up with what the predictives think they're going to do. Like Ken Palm is like a predictive metric. They predict what's going to happen in the future. Another metric that's not predictive is called like KPIs, like the Kevin Pagawa index or whatever. He does all of his metrics based off of results. Iowa's results have not caught up with the predictives because all of their losses are of such high quality that the predictives love them. I think Iowa is right in that sweet spot where they're probably the 5th best team in the Big Ten. They are better, or no, 4th or 6th. They are not as good as the top 5, like that top 5 of Michigan, Michigan State, Nebraska, Purdue, and Illinois. Those 5 have separated themselves. I think Iowa can clearly make a niche as they're the 6th best team. And I think at the second half of the schedule, they're going to prove that. They have that chance with, Ohio State, at Wisconsin. Those games they win, I think they're clearly going to be off that 7, even the 7 line. I think they'll be up to a 6. And I agree with you. You do not want to be on the 8-9 line. You probably don't even want to be on the 7 line either, because the 2s are pretty good too this year. There is a clear divide.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's grown every year since NIL. The haves and the have-nots have only expanded. But do you think with 13 Big Ten wins, they can get to the 6th line?
Yes, I think with 12, they can get to the 6th line.
Really?
Yep.
I feel like they would have to beat one of the Nebraska, Michigan, or at Nebraska or Purdue in order to get to that 6th line. So why do you think they could lose all 4 of those games and get to the 6th?
If they get to 13 wins, that'd only be 3 more losses. 12 would only be 4. So you still have Purdue, Nebraska, Michigan. Well, yeah, I guess I could see them losing at Wisconsin and getting Nebraska at home. I didn't look at the schedule that closely, but if they lose at Wisconsin and get Nebraska at home, I think that's enough to get them to the 6. Because Wisconsin on the road would be cool.
Big shout out, big meaty claw.
Yeah, I was going to say he had another one too.
79. How about this guy? Definitely a casual basketball fan out here on the West Coast. Diehard football though. Longtime listener, well overdue supporter. Excited for all Iowa 2026 sports. Where's this guy been? Right? Like, bring this guy back, right? Just be, hey.
You just need more late night shows for that West Coast crowd, Corey.
That's true. Dollars are nice, but hey, the support is better. So thank you, Big Meaty Claus. We appreciate you being here. You've been here for a long time. Whether you've supported financially until now or not, whatever. Thank you for being here. And great to know we got listeners out in the West Coast. And hey, we're pulling people in for basketball. Ben's pulling in people for basketball. So that's phenomenal.
I guess, and also, like, now that I had time to collect my thoughts, they'd pick up a few more quad 1 wins as well. Some of them that are sneaky quad 1 wins, Dario. Like, if they only lost the 4 to those big ones, Wisconsin would be a quad 1 on the road. I forgot who else was a quad.
Ohio State, I think, is quad 1.
No, it's at home.
Oh, okay.
So that's only a quad 2. But I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Would you rather have your current head coach or our current head coach for the future?
I'd rather have my guy since he's an alumni guy. And, you know, the 96 Untouchables team, one of the greatest teams in all of time. But I'll be honest, we're a bit worried about him. There was talks a few weeks ago of running him out of town because of how bad we were.
You've had a good couple last weeks. 3 weeks ago, it wasn't pretty.
Oh no, we were thinking about looking at the buyout, thinking about what's the flight plans of all these head coaches and all that stuff. Who's the next guy we can get? But man, 7 out of the last 8 ain't too bad. But you know, it's just levels to this thing. Like, we're still disappointed in our season, but we're only half a game behind first place in the SEC. That's just what Kentucky. And when you spend $22 million on your basketball roster, which is almost more than I think everyone else in the conference combined. And when you're projected to easily be like the number 1 team in the country and all that stuff, and then you go out there and your ceiling is like Sweet 16, it takes a toll on you. But readjusting expectations, be like, you can lose any game, you can win. I'm just happy they're playing hard because getting blasted by 35 points a game is something I thought I would never see as a Kentucky fan in my lifetime. I mean, it's been embarrassing to be a Kentucky fan this year, and that's something I never thought would happen, to be honest.
How good did it feel to see Kentucky beat Arkansas? That had to feel good.
Oh, it felt great. Now I know what Arkansas fans felt like last year when they came into our building and beat us. That was the lowest point I've ever been as a Kentucky fan. Oh, man, probably as the highest point I've had since the 2012 National Championship was just beating John Calipari in his arena. Felt so good, man.
I want to take a quick moment. My watch buzzed, Corey. It's because Randy just messaged me because I bought one of his prints, and he said, I didn't realize you were Tony from the Hawkeye of the Storm when I bought my Bennett shirt. So I wanted to give a quick plug to Randy Ingles. What's his last name? It's not Ingle. What's his name?
Yeah, it's Ingle. Yeah,
Randy Ingle, Under the Kitchen.
Yeah.
So that was a good quality print I got at Bennett shirts, and he was very accommodating and met me up with that. And I'm not too far from his house, so I just want to give a quick shout out to Randy at Under the Kitchen.
Very cool. Awesome. You really anything else?
No, I think you all, even if you all don't win a tournament game, even if somehow this season ends up where you only win 21 games and lose a close first round game in March Madness, I think you've got the right guy at Iowa now. I think next year is going to be a great year for you guys. And I don't think the Big Ten next year in general is going to be as it is this year. There's an argument the Big Ten may be the best basketball conference this year. Maybe, certainly the deepest for sure. So next year, you all might win the Big Ten championship. I know it's crazy to say now, but I think you all are trending in a very positive direction. You got a bright future ahead of you all.
Well, the great news is a guy like Ben McCollum is probably going to have no problem attracting people out of the portal. And when you see the results from a year where they basically got a bunch of guys from mid-major basketball, you know, adding in a redshirt freshman and Cooper Koch and, well, Brendan Hazen, who rides the bench. And they're in a position to maybe be a 6 or 7 seed in the tournament.
Yeah, you did a bunch of patchwork, and now you all are one of the best teams in the country. So certainly much better than you all were last year. So
something to think about with what Darrell just said that some of you I don't know may realize is Kentucky has a $22 million payroll. Iowa's basketball payroll is probably around $7 million. Think about that for a second.
You're talking about from a roster perspective.
Yes,
correct?
From a roster perspective. Kentucky spent $22 million and Iowa's is about $7 million. I'm not saying that is a bad thing at all, Darrell. I'm just saying like that's how far we are from competing financially with the haves and have-nots.
Hopefully that goes up, though. They need to be higher than that. Tony,
Yeah.
can agree on
No,
that.
I agree.
So
Kentucky, though, I will say this for the people also. We are the extreme outlier.
Oh, yeah.
Like, every other school spends all their money, at least more football to basketball. Kentucky's the only school that spends way more in basketball than football. We spend
maybe Kansas.
Maybe we spend 280% more in basketball than football.
what about Duke?
I don't even know with them because they're ACC champions, Corey. Okay, don't mess with the Duke.
They spent a lot of money on Darian Mensah last year. Yeah, that's true. I forgot all about that. Didn't they spend like $5 million on getting Mensah for 1 year?
Yeah, and there's a whole thing with him in Miami right now. I'm not sure if you've been following that, but Miami, I think he's been wanting out or suing Miami, and there's this whole lawsuit going around with him right now. I mean, it's crazy. The NIL world's out of control. The Alabama basketball player that played 3 years of professional basketball and now is in college basketball. That's what you all should do. Go get a Charlotte Hornet player. They're not good enough to play in the NBA because they're on the Charlotte Hornets. So pick up a Charlotte Hornet bench rider and bring them to Iowa. That'll solve all your problems.
Who can we get off the Mavericks, Corey?
Well, they just dealt Hardy, they dealt Exum, they dealt Davis, and there was one other guy. Who else did they?
Bagley.
No, they brought him in.
Oh, yeah.
They sent Hardy, Exum, and Davis. Wasn't there one other guy?
Yeah, it was an 8-player trade.
Yeah, go look it up, Drill. Who was the other guy Dallas sent? Man, I should know that.
Oh, Chris Middleton.
No, they got Middleton.
No, gosh dang it.
They sent somebody out. Shane Bolander's in the chat. He's a Mavs fan. Who did they send out besides Hardy?
D'Angelo Russell.
Russell, yeah. Who wasn't? Thank you. D'Angelo Russell. So, well, first of all, D'Angelo Russell's old. Dante Exum's old. I guess Jaden Hardy's not old, but didn't he play at Stanford for at least 3 years? I could be wrong on that. Maybe he didn't. And Anthony Davis is old. So I don't think if you're going to grab an NBA player, it's not from that crop of guys. But
I do want to touch on that because I haven't called and talked about that. That is what's happened to Charles Bediako. That's the Alabama player's name. If anyone wants to Google him, it's crazy. They need to do something this offseason. I understand they may not be able to during the season, but something needs to be done. Yes, I get it. The kid got bad advice. He went to the NBA. He shouldn't have went to the NBA. He didn't make it.
Like I've asked before, though, Tony, what? Just tell me, what is the big deal?
Well, you shouldn't. What's the big deal is?
What is the issue? No, real quick. What is the issue with a kid who says, I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm asking you to explain why you believe it's such a problem for a guy who says, I want to pursue an NBA career. It doesn't work out. And, oh, by the way, I still have college eligibility. I'll go back and play in college basketball. Why is that so bad? You tell me. Everybody has this big issue with it. You tell me why.
Because the rules are pretty clearly stated. This is the rule. Once you declare for the NBA draft and sign an agent, your college eligibility is exhausted. Okay, then if you change the rule, that's fine. I have no problem. I'm just saying under the current rules we have now,
okay,
that's where I have the issue. If you want to change the rule and that's what the issue is, if you want to change the rule, go ahead.
I think there's so many rules that have been totally just thrown out the window in general.
I don't disagree with that.
Rules that I'm just like, man, who cares?
I mean, LeBron James still has eligibility left. So would you be upset if he went to Ohio State?
I mean,
I'm not trolling. The NCAA, I think a few years ago, said LeBron James has eligibility. Here's how he can play for their football team. So
I don't know. I think part of it for me though, Corey, is this. I don't think Ben would ever do anything like that.
Do anything like what?
Bring in a kid like that from the G League.
He took a professional athlete and put into an amateur, a lower level tier. I mean,
I get it. I understand where you're coming from.
I'm just like when Daryl says stuff like, well, they put a professional athlete and put him in. What is the difference at this point?
Because the college athletes are professional athletes by what they're getting paid.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, what is the difference from a perspective of he's never played in the NBA? He played in the G League, which doesn't pay anything. I'm not as staunch of a that's wrong and we got to change. Like, I'm not there. Okay, that's not where I'm at. But I get it from a traditionalist standpoint.
I think that's more where I'm at. Like, it's a traditionalist standpoint. Like, I'll be honest, like, this game's perfect for me because of my sleep and work schedule, but I hate the West Coast teams. I really do.
Oh, I don't mind this at all. I mean, do I want to be up right now? No. But at the same time, I don't mind waiting around all day and having a 10 p.m. start. As long as they win.
Well, you should against the West Coast teams. They're all outside of UCLA. They've all been historically trash. So
I don't think this Washington team is that bad, Tony.
They're better than their record indicates.
I think they still have a shot at the tournament. I think they have a shot.
No. This is 11 losses.
They have to win out, basically.
Well, their schedule's got to be pretty favorable.
But the problem with that, Cory, is then they stack up wins, but none of them are quality. All their quality win chances are gone.
What does their schedule look like?
They play UCLA, Penn State, Minnesota, Maryland, Rutgers, Wisconsin, USC, and Oregon.
So Wisconsin would be a really good win.
It's at home, so it doesn't count as quad one.
Yeah.
Well,
UCLA is their only quad one since that's a road game.
Yep.
You're telling me if they win out, they don't make the tournament?
Nope. They have 11 losses.
Wait a minute. At UCLA is a good win.
That's it.
Yeah,
That'd be their only quad one win. That's anything close to a quad one win.
Yeah, they'd be 3-8 in quad one. Not good. I mean, maybe if the bubble expands and nobody loses, but Miami, Ohio's playing with fire every day. If they lose 1 or 2 games and they're 30-2, I imagine they're still going to be like a last 4 team. Same way with St. Louis. I've seen them projected all the way as high as a 6th seed, so they probably can lose 2 or 3 games and still make it in. So even without any difficulties.
I'll leave you with one more thing, Darrell, and I'll let you go. My bold prediction is Miami, Ohio does not make the tournament. Based on how they've played their schedule, first of all, they played nobody, to your point, and they have played everybody close. So at some point, they're going to lose. And so I believe they'll lose a couple of games and miss out on the tournament because you're not going to get a bid stealer from the MAC.
No.
That'd be what a travesty that would be to leave out a really good like Big Ten or SEC team in favor of a Miami, Ohio team who's beaten nobody. So I believe Miami, Ohio will not make the tournament. That's my bold prediction for that. That's a bold prediction because they're in the top 23 right now?
Top 23. I like how you went with 23 instead of 25.
Hey, Cory, to prove your point, what do you think Miami of Ohio is rated in Ken Palm?
Probably close to 100.
89.
89. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, they don't beat anybody. The numbers can't. I mean, if they win out, yeah, they're going to get in, right? You got to put them in, but
yeah, well, they automatically would get in since if they went out, they win their top.
Win out the regular season and then lose in the MAC tournament. I think they would get in then, but man, if they lose 1 or 2 games in the regular season, 2 games,
it's close.
2 games, I think, has to take them out unless they win the MAC tournament. So,
how about this? If we're talking about them as a 7, 8, 9 seed, would you love for Iowa to play them in the first round?
What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I would probably win that game by like 15 points. They'd probably be double-digit favorites against them.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't beat any. I mean, do they blow anybody out? I've looked at their schedule. Do they blow anybody out?
Miami of Ohio?
Yeah, do they blow anybody out?
They beat Trinity Christian 129-49.
Do they even have a logo on Google, Tony?
Yeah, the Red Hawks.
Oh, no, the Trinity, whatever the other school said.
Oh, no, I just have their Ken Palm page pulled up. They played 3 teams that were D2. Think about that. 3 of their games were D2 games.
They don't count toward the metrics at all.
They count. They don't count on the team sheet. They count on Ken Palm, but they don't count on like the team. They're not listed when the committee looks at wins.
Well,
So
I know
really,
people were upset because at the beginning of the year, Boise State lost to a Division II team, and that didn't count.
Hawaii something.
Was it was it BYU Hawaii?
No, it was Hawaii Pacific is who Boise State lost. I'm not joking. Boise State lost outright at home to Hawaii Pacific. And it's not going to be a loss. The committee will still know it's not on the resume. Like a loss like that, they're not going to forgive. A win, I don't think they're going to count, but I don't think a loss like that they'll forgive.
Yeah, those are.
The Mountain West is awful. They're not as good as they have been. The Mountain West is not that good this year.
They beat Milligan by 50, according to Eric in the chat.
Yes.
They beat Central Michigan by 39 points.
What is Milligan?
Another Division II school.
Is that related to Gilligan's Island?
Yeah. Another Division II school. They took UNC Asheville to overtime, 90-87.
And according to Cheviota, Akron is 47 spots better than Miami, Ohio.
Yes, they are 52 in Ken Palm. Akron is.
Akron.
By the way, this is despite Miami of Ohio beating Akron.
Yeah, barely.
Miami of Ohio beat Akron by 3.
Yeah, barely. So, anyway.
But yes, Cory is right. They're playing with fire. I mean, look at Gonzaga tonight.
Yeah, they lost to Portland.
Jeez.
They're barely Division III.
Yeah.
I mean, their ceiling is now what, a 4 seed, maybe a 5 at absolute best.
That's a awful loss.
Yeah, that's a 2 or 3 seed line loss at best. I mean,
Gonzaga could miss out on the tournament. I mean,
no, they're in the tournament.
Yeah.
Well, if they lose a couple of more of those, what do they have?
A couple more like that, yeah, but I don't see them losing.
Do they have non-conference wins?
Yes, they do.
They lost by like 40 to Michigan, didn't they?
But whoever they beat before that.
But Michigan is so good that they're kind of the exception, not the rule.
Yeah. Well, don't bring up Gonzaga's non-conference schedule. That might be a little touchy for the real.
That is true. We did lose to them by 35 in a neutral site game to them. So transitive property, we would have lost 75 points to Michigan in a neutral site game.
And you would have lost to who would they lose to tonight?
Portland.
You guys would have lost by Portland. You would have lost to Portland by 40, right?
Hey, sometimes we've been playing. I mean, we can lose to anybody in the country. I mean, we legitimately went 9-minute stretches this season, multiple games where we scored 2 points. I mean, it's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Sometimes I don't even think they know what a basketball is. They'll just hold on to it, look at it for a few seconds, and just pass it or just drop it. It's amazing.
Welcome to college basketball.
I know. It's different on this side of the aisle of being just not just absolutely blowing everybody, but Gonzaga only beat Oregon by 9 points earlier this season. That's a bit.
Oregon's not very good, so
no, they're the worst team in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to push it. Oregon is not the worst team in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
Maryland or Penn State.
Rutgers sucks.
According to the standings, they're the worst teams in the Big Ten at 1-10.
Penn State, yeah.
Penn State's 1-10 too, and Maryland's 1-9.
What's Rutgers?
Rutgers is 2-10.
Okay, Drill. Thank you for calling in, sir.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad we got all the viewers of the Miami, Ohio. We just put them on lock tonight, put them in the spotlight. That was the goal, right, Cory?
Shout out Red Hawks. Yeah,
yes.
100%.
Who's their most famous graduate?
Ben Roethlisberger, right?
Yep.
All right, Drill. Thank you for calling in, sir.
No problem. Have a great rest of your evening.
You too.
Have a good one, Drill.
I'm still impressed by big
meaty claws
with the double.
He's coming up clutch.
The double. Hey, I'm like, wow, what am I staying up here for till 1:50 a.m. So big meaty claws, we appreciate you. I promise you that. Ken Gilbert's a premium member here on YouTube. He says he was at the game and defense was optional. And head coach was saying, let's go Fran throwback in that first half. I love that. Kyle Spence Golf went to bed early because he's a pansy. But he says, heading to bed, before I go, I wanted to point out that Paul George was traded for 5 first-rounders and an MVP, while Luka Doncic was traded for 3 first-rounders and Chris Middleton. Go to bed. Don't talk to me for the next 5 weeks. Prisoner's Dilemma says, I know it was only Washington, but any road win where you dominate an entire half is a great win. Huskies only got a couple good looks the entire half. Could not agree more. Phenomenal second half by your Hawks. Brian Castor, great coaching, then execution by players. Love our players' toughness, effort, and grit. Bill, have lived in Seattle for 30 years after growing up in Muscatine and graduating from Iowa. That was really fun to see McCollum's team in person. Isn't it great to see hear these Iowa fans who were actually at the game in Seattle tonight?
Didn't you hear the "Let's Go Hawks" chant at the end?
I did hear that. That was pretty.
That was impressive. That was really good.
VMS says gets Cory some coffee. So any donations from here on out will go straight to my coffee fund in the AM. All right. I'm not treating myself to Starbucks unless we get another donation for.
Well,
Starbucks.
what is this is the AM right now, right?
No, it's true. That's true. But I get a little bit of sleep before I make my Starbucks. They don't open until like 5 a.m. So,
actually, that's funny. Yeah, because we have a Starbucks at Prairie Meadows. It closes at 1 at night.
Really?
Yep, it's open till 1 a.m. We have a Starbucks.
The Starbucks at Prairie Meadows, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
they're trying to keep people up so they gamble, but
I'm not going to disclose that part. But
yeah, I'll disclose it. Jeff Paul says, "Let's pack Carver-Hawkeye Arena for this team on Sunday. They play Northwestern on Super Bowl Sunday." Yeah. Panic Bombs thinks that Steinbach is a first-round pick, but Bobby, who's a premium member, says Steinbach would be a great pickup if he entered the portal. Steinbach's a true freshman, correct?
Yes.
So he's not entering the portal anytime soon. And how about this? VMS is just hey, and you know what's great about VMS? So he just dropped the Starbucks super chat. He understands that YouTube takes like 33% of that. So he literally hit the venti Starbucks latte price with this super chat because he dropped $10. He knows YouTube's going to take like 35% of that.
Yeah.
So VMS, thank you for fueling my morning. Well, I'll make sure that it goes where it needs to go. And he's also a premium member on YouTube and on our Discord. So we appreciate that. Thank you, VMS. Jason says, Ben brought me back after almost 15 years of ignoring basketball. So that's I'm sure that he's not.
No, he's not the only one.
He's not the only one. Yeah, 100%. David Morris, thank you for the super sticker. He's also a premium member here on YouTube, so appreciate that, David. Very much a friend of the show. Your Hawkeyes defeating Washington 84-74. Let's run through the box score. I've got the official box score here.
Yeah, I saw that up there too. Yeah.
NCAA. Let's grab it here with announced attendance.
6,000.
Yep, 6,904 is the final count for attendance on the night. You have Bennett Sturts is our player of the game. He played all 40 minutes. That's what Ben McCollum wants, right? 22 points, 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, and 5 assists. He was phenomenal. Tavion Banks bounced back after a pretty quiet performance against Oregon. He did break that free throw streak, and you almost wonder if it was sort of like a relief, right?
Yeah.
Like they win a game. He doesn't have to worry about it. He breaks the free throw streak. You don't have to worry about breaking the Chris Street record. But he started a new streak. He's made 1,
2 in a row. Oh, no, he missed the first one, didn't he?
Yeah, he missed the first, made the second.
Yeah,
So
he's 2 for 3. He had made 2 free throws, 2 free throws tonight, and missed 1.
Okay, I'm sorry. He missed okay, you're right. Yeah. He made 2 in a row. So he's started a new streak. Tavion finished with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 of 5 from the field. Cooper Koch, how about Cooper tonight? 11 points, made that big 3. That, oh, by the way, was Big Grove's big play of the day. 3-point field goal over Steinbach to make it a 10-point game with 4:22 left in the second half. And Cooper needed this offensively. Played 32 minutes of the game, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Cam Manyow also added 6 points and 5 rebounds in spite of 0 for 4 from the free throw line. He was 3 of 3 from the field. Cale Combs played 15 minutes, gave him 4 points along with 2 rebounds. And Isaiah Howard was phenomenal on the defensive end. 7 points on offense, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Alvaro Folgaris, he was a man amongst boys in the first half. 16 points total, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He was 5-11 from the field overall, made a 3. Tate Sage had 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting, made his only 3-point attempt. Brendan Hazen did play tonight, 4 minutes of play, had 1 assist. Hopefully, he'll get time against Northwestern on Sunday. That's my wish. Hannes Steinbach was really good, especially first half. 20 points, 12 rebounds, 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 5 from the line. Man, he's a phenomenal freshman. Played 39 minutes tonight. Zoom Diallo had 16 points. Most of those came in the first. 6 of 14 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. Also had 6 rebounds, 12 assists, 6 turnovers, 1 steal. Wesley Yates III got injured in that second half, but finished with 15 points, 5 of 9 from the field, made 3 3-pointers. Bryson Tucker had 10 points along with 3 rebounds on 4 of 7 shooting. Quamari Peterson had 11 points on 5 of 6 shooting. Jakub Ognasovic, you know where I'm going to go with this. Didn't Ognasovic get recruited by Iowa?
I have no idea.
Come on, you know.
I don't. I don't follow recruiting that much, honestly.
What are you talking about?
I seriously
don't. Go look this up.
I can look it up for sure.
I know he got recruited hard by Iowa. Didn't he visit? He visited Iowa. I know he did. You go look it up. I didn't even realize that guy played tonight. Man, he played 10 minutes. I didn't even. Yeah.
Oh, he's from Racine, Wisconsin.
He was a transfer from where?
Lipscomb.
Lipscomb. Yep. Go look it up. He visited Iowa during this past cycle. And also, Cortland Mildrew had 5 minutes of play. And boy, talk about a bunch of goose eggs. Cortland Muldrew here, Tony. He played 5 minutes, 20 seconds, had 3 personal fouls, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks. Okay. That's quite a stat line.
Hey, are you able to change the MVP of the game?
Am I able to change it?
Yeah.
Can I change it? Well,
what about Big Meaty Claus coming up again?
Oh, Big Meaty Claus. Did he do something else now?
Yeah.
Bringing it up. Oh, look at this. He changed his profile picture to Mr. Krabs as well. How about that? He says, for something slightly better than Starbucks, looking forward to the next show. Have a good night, man. Big Meaty Claus. Yeah, you brought it tonight, brother. We appreciate you from the West Coast. Absolutely.
I'm trying to look up his transfer portal.
Yeah, Jacob Ognasovic was a Iowa. Can you not just search Iowa?
I'm doing recruiting.
I mean, just search Jacob Ognasovic Iowa visit. It's the first thing that comes up, Tony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just searched Google.
Yeah, because he was like a really
there you go.
He was a high percentage 3-point shooter at Lipscomb last year.
Yeah.
But man, he did nothing for I don't know what they paid to get him, but I think he was a pretty high price tag transfer. He had 0 points tonight. 0. He's like Muldrew. 0 points. He played 10 minutes, didn't have a rebound, he had a turnover, nothing else on the stat line for Ognasovic. So that's interesting.
Hey, one thing that sometimes gets brought up that I do want to say, I thought this is a pretty good officiated game.
Don't say that. Little Larry was on the
It was pretty clean, though. I mean, we got done.
Little Larry fan all of a sudden?
No, I'm just saying we got it done before midnight, right? It was pretty quick, efficient.
True. That is true. Yeah, there were not a lot of whistles in general. In fact, if you look at the total foul counts,
17, 11, 28.
17 for Washington, 11 for Iowa, but 17 for Washington's pretty high, Tony. Isn't it?
Well, they fouled a lot.
Okay, I'm just saying. Hey, look at these numbers, folks. Look at these first half numbers for Washington. 77% from the field, shot 75% from 3, and yet Iowa was within 7 at halftime. That was the difference. They just could not take advantage of that hot shooting first half, and Iowa, that's what they do with offensively. They slow you down. They use a lot of shot clock. They give up 48 points, but Iowa was really efficient in that first half themselves, 61% from the field. And, of course, Iowa totally flipped the script in the second half, held the Huskies to 36% from 3, 36% from the field, 1 of 8 from 3. And Iowa themselves shot 58% from the field, 60% from 3. and got to the free throw line 16 times. Now, they'll want to shoot the free throw, their free throws better next game. Shot just 62%, missed 8 of them. But and the fact that they were
4 of those were Maniau, who's not that great at free throws.
Well, Maniau should be able to make better than 0 of 4.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but just really solid. Again, Iowa won on turnovers, won on rebounding. Excuse me, did not win on rebounding. I'm sorry. I thought those numbers flipped. Washington was actually +9. But again, man, they shot 77% in the first half. It's hard to get rebounds when you're not forcing misses. But,
I mean, they missed 6 times. We got 4 rebounds in the first half. So,
and I will say these numbers right here to me are really consequential. So 44 paint points for Iowa. First half, 38 for Washington. To me, that was the biggest difference. If I scroll down here to first half stats, I mean, just way too many paint points for Washington. 22 in the first. Crazy here as you look at Iowa, you're like, well, they still outpaced Washington. 28 paint points for Iowa. It just felt like Washington was getting to the rim way too much in that first half. Steinbach and Diallo and these guys were really dictating this game. I mean, Bryson Tucker was 4 of 4. Yates was 4 of 7. Diallo was 4 of 6. Steinbach was 5 of 5. Peterson was 3 of 3. I mean, everybody was shooting the lights out, and a lot of those shots were around the rim. They were shooting the threes better, 6 of 8 from 3. But if you get to the line or get to the rack early, it's going to give you confidence when you're shooting from anywhere on the court. And Iowa, again, halftime adjustments really tightened it up. I just thought they went to zone at one point in that first half, Tony, and Washington kind of shot them out of it. And I just thought Isaiah Howard led the charge. If it wasn't for Isaiah Howard and his on-ball defense on Zoom Diallo, I don't know if they win this game, because I thought he established himself early in that second half defensively.
Mm-hmm. That's just that's a staple that Ben McCollum's going to provide. Like, it's the defense is just alarming how much different it is. I mean, we knew it was bad looking at the paper. Like, looking at, okay, this is how bad defensive has been under the past coaching staff. But now seeing it with your eyes, like, it's night and day.
So Big Meaty Claus, we appreciate you. This comment is just phenomenal. Okay. VMS says Big Meaty Claus is exactly the reason the Big Ten expanded to the West Coast. I love that. So, no, absolutely.
So what's the what time do the women play tomorrow?
Yeah, women play tomorrow at 6 p.m. They'll get Minnesota back at home. And we'll have post-game coverage, of course, brought to you by Big Grove Brewery. Big Grove Brewery is the official craft brewery of the Hawkeyes. They're Easy Eddie. They're Royal Eddie. It's all great. It's all whatever type of beer you prefer, whatever level IPA, if you will. And they got great food as well. Their burgers, their sweet potato fries, their mac and cheese, everything is absolutely delicious. Visit Big Grove Brewery at biggrove.com and check out their locations: Cedar Rapids, Solon, Iowa City, Des Moines, now Omaha. All those locations are great. Tony, you can attest to that. They do a great business at Big Grove Brewery, the official craft brewery of the Hawkeyes. And, of course, Tony's one guy who has found this to be true. If you are trying to save money and need great insurance coverage, go no further than Brad Van Meter and his team down at State Farm. 515-256-6480 is the number to call for a free quote on insurance, life insurance, auto insurance, motorcycle insurance, boat insurance, you name it. Brad and his team can help you. Visit bradvanmeter.com or visit him in person, 4229 Fluor Drive in Des Moines, or give him a call, 515-256-6480, his Hawkeye team down at Brad Van Meter State Farm in Des Moines.
That is a quad 1 game for the women tomorrow, and it's Big Ten Network.
Quad 1 win quad 1 opportunity. Quad 1 win for the men tonight, quad 1 opportunity for the women tomorrow.
6 o'clock, Big Ten Network.
Let me just update our banner here so we have that. Yes, so later today, actually.
Yeah. Tomorrow, yeah.
We've got Iowa women's basketball on the Big Ten Network, and
I think VMS said in the Discord earlier today that all the snow melted already. All that snow they got in Carolina.
I'm going to change that just so it doesn't say number 8. I know they're number 10 now. Yeah, I did see that. So, hey, I give Christine Alexander a ton of credit. She never missed a show in spite of their whatever that was, 13 inches of snow. So
remember, she said she was the only person who had a snowblower on her block.
She did say that. I'd like to see actual video or photo proof of that, but I don't know how she has a snowblower.
Well, where she lived before, you just kind of keep on to those things.
Okay.
Because she was in North. Where was she? She was at North Dakota State, wasn't she? As the coach,
she was at James. Yeah, North Dakota. Yeah, North Dakota State. James Madison. She's from Minnesota. What I'm saying is she's moved multiple times since then.
Yeah.
I have a hard time imagining she kept a snowblower, but I could be wrong. So we'll talk to her tomorrow about it.
I guess her snowblowing service is now bankrupt, according to VMS.
I see that in the chat. Tony, are you going to be on with us tomorrow night, or are you working?
I don't know. Actually, you mentioned this. My wife actually came down with the flu too. So,
A or B?
A.
Yeah.
Yeah, A. I did want to. Someone told me they said check your X messages. Someone's having difficulty. They paid you for Discord, and they're trying to get a hold of you. Check your X.
Okay, let's see. X messages. Okay. Yeah, we'll get we'll help him out. I see Kevin tried to join, so we'll
and that I mean, I just wanted to also give that as another opportunity. That I mean, we're up to what, 59 members. And I think at one time, right as the game was ended, 22 of them were online right as the game was ending. So I mean, it's a really good community and everything, especially during the games.
And this is an opportunity. Our friend Kevin, who joined tonight, we appreciate you, Kevin. The reason I cannot physically get a Discord invite to you if you donate by Cash App is you need to include your email address. So now it looks like I have the email address. Yeah, I have the email address. So we'll get you that link, Kevin. We appreciate you for doing that. And yeah, if you're donating by Cash App, please include your email in your comment. So include it as Discord and then your email, and we'll get you that link. But we will add Kevin in there as well. We appreciate Kevin for joining the Discord. If you're interested in joining our Discord server, which is basically like a big Hawkeye chat with all of us, instructions across the bottom of your screen. Donate via PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Label your donation Discord. If you're donating via Cash App, be sure you include your email address as well. Again, thank you to Big Grove Brewery and Brad Van Meter and his State Farm team for their great support of the show, and all of our users, including Big Meaty Claus and VMS and David Morris, everybody who donated and is a premium member either on Discord or here on YouTube.
I see Bobby's here too.
Bobby's here, yeah.
Bobby's in the Discord, I know.
Bob and Mork and see all these people. OG.
Oh, John, who called in.
John, yeah, man. Kyle is obviously on Discord. He's our William Freeman gifted a membership tonight. So all the support helps. Please hit the like button, folks, on your way out. Commander Cody's here, REM Properties. The list goes on and on. Please hit the like button on your way out, and be sure you share the show out on Facebook, on social media, and donate if you're so willing and you're so able. It does really, really help. Tony, I know you're a night owl. I'm not, so thank you for helping tonight.
No problem.
And if you're able to call in tomorrow night, we'll look forward to hearing.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I don't know what the kids thankfully got to bed. I mean, it was a 10 o'clock tip, so it was easy. I mean, it was close. It was about 9:30 by the time they finally got settled down. But tomorrow might be a little more challenging with 6 o'clock tips. So.
Do you work on Super Bowl Sunday?
Yes, I work every day but Wednesday or Thursday. But the casino is going to be so dead on the Super Bowl. No one goes there. Everyone goes to house parties. No one goes to the casino.
So you're going to watch the men's game, right?
Yeah, I'm going to turn TVs to the men's game. I don't even know, but I think that's before the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's not very. They don't play. How many years? Speaking of that, and I'll close that. It seems like we play a lot on Super Bowl Sunday, the men's team.
The women haven't they?
The women, I know the men have too. A couple years too. I mean, it seems like we get
about that is they play 2 p.m.
Yeah,
which means they don't get done till 4.
Yeah.
So then I'm doing a post game until 5.
And that's when you want to go to a party if you want to go to one.
Well, we're having a party here,
Yeah.
but
yeah, I know what you're saying. But you know what I'm saying.
But it's like, yeah, why do I want to do a post game show up until 20 minutes before the game starts?
Yeah.
Oh. I think Iowa should win that game relatively handily.
Since I got Ken Palm up.
Illinois beat Northwestern tonight by 40.
Yeah, Ken Palm has it as a 13-point game.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not higher than that. But
well, yeah, I mean,
Northwestern does have talent.
Yeah,
Martinelli's good.
Yes, Martinelli is really good. Yes, and I mean, besides that, they're young though. He's their only. Everyone else is. I mean, it's a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Because who was the kid they had besides Martinelli last year?
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Barnheiser.
Yeah, Barnheiser.
And Ty Berry.
Yeah, and they're both gone.
Yeah, Ty Berry and Barnheiser are gone. Well, and Nicholson too. Yeah, Nicholson was pretty good. The 7-footer they had. So yeah, they lost 3 seniors off that team. So
it's funny. I haven't heard anything about Chris Collins this year. I
don't think he's close to being on the. I don't know.
No, he's on the hot seat. I just he's not a guy that gets talked about. At least he's not been talked about a whole lot. It doesn't feel like so.
No. Well, hey, thanks for doing the show.
Absolutely, folks. Thank you for being
service.
here. Again, please hit that like button on the way out. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a 5-star review if you're listening on an audio podcast. Iowa men's basketball defeating Washington 84-74 out at Alaska Airlines Center in Seattle, Washington. The women will be back in action on Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time as they play the Minnesota Gophers over on BTN. For Tony Schneider, I'm Cory Brada from the Hawkeye of the Storm. Thank you for being here, and we will talk to you later today, Thursday, February 5th. Have a great night.
That's it.